first out of here, first graduate out of here in your family. You will get first successful businessman out of your lineage. That's what God is going to do on this platform. So you will break chains here. Then here is a king's court. I'm a king, you are a queen. And for the ladies, here is a queen's court. There's a lounge I see here, a lounge. It might be big, a big hall, but I look at it as a lounge for leaders, the leaders' lounge. This place, the convener has successfully provided a platform for us to have a marriage between the mentors and the mentees. So you will find mentors here today that will take your story to the next level. And it will do matchmaking too. Not only that, we'll do matchmaking. I'm not talking of marital matchmaking. This is not a marriage seminar. But in terms of business and cooperating together to get things done. It's a nest of nation builders. It's a ground of opportunities. Here today is a palace of possibilities. It's a quarters of the qualified. It's a queen's court. It's the residence of the resilient. That's what this place is meant for. And it's the school of the serious-minded. If you are not serious, please exit before we start. Because here, seated here, are serious-minded people. It's a tent for talent hunting and for also promoting what you have. It's a union of the unicorns. I know some of them are present here. We look forward to engage you. It's a village of the valiants. Please take advantage. The bold, the courageous, those who do not look at mountains, but they get into the ocean and succeed. There's a workshop of the warriors. So warriors will be raised in this assembly today. And we're going to have an x-ray of several activities we're doing today. And then let me also surprise you because of where this convener belongs. It's a young executive forum. Yeah, you are young executives. This is a forum of young dynamic executive. At the end of this program, I'll see you at the zenith of your dream. You will be at Ambassador 8.0. You'll be alive. You will come and share testimonies that attending this event, this is the result I get. And there will be real-time results, tangible ones that everybody can latch on and be blessed. Thank you very much. Please enjoy the rest of the day, and God bless you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Victoria OJ, and today I'm going to be performing an ode to a great philanthropist. And I need you to just sit back, fasten your seatbelt as I take you on a flight of words. Thank you. Silence. Today I joined the universe to honor our most valuable treasure, hidden quietly beneath the human skin. The sun danced at his arrival. The earth quaked at his step. The Adebutu marveled at his descendant, because wisdom effortlessly sit on his lips. Diligence couldn't breathe until he found abode within his palm. Equity, generosity have learned to beautifully represent themselves in every room that he steps in. Greatness has no gender in his core study, because it's a raiser of both alpha men and women. Women who crush barriers like Pandoyan. Men who sows innovations into global attire. He's a great warrior who doesn't just fight with weapons, but with vision, tenacity, intelligence, and love. He's not just a father by name or a great-grandfather. I tell you, he is a living epistle. I bet he was the picture Nigeria saw to name herself the giant of Africa, because he is a giant, hidden in a male body. And giant like him are the only one who dares to rate giant like this, who paints the universe with giant steps. He's a father every infant prays to have, if life was to be chosen twice. An encyclopedia of creativity, productivity, leadership. A hero who needs no cape to show how much dreams he has saved, shaped, and still saving, still shaping. One that transports mere men into real men. He's not just a man. I tell you, his name is not just a name, but a ladder that channels men into becoming. He's a father, a great-grandfather, a hero that needs no cape to show how much dreams that he has saved. I tell you, his name is never a lock, but a key that opens men into wealth, into becoming architect that shapes the universe. And I tell you today that no philanthropist dares to wear this filler without tripping. And this ode is to no one else but to Chief Kesington Adebukola at the Adebutu. Thank you.
But one thing that came to my mind was that for him to call me to represent him, that means he reposes some confidence in me. And for him to repose some confidence in me, it means he believes he has deposited things over my life. And I believe that as you grow as youths, that's one of the major things you think. Not about yourself alone, but what have you deposited in the people surrounding you? Before I go to my father's speech, I will speak to you from the heart also as a daughter that has been under the tutelage of Chief Dr. Sir Kesitin Adebutu. I'm his first daughter. I'll be 60 in January. So I've spent over 50 years of my life. I was born to him just after he turned 30 because he'll be 90 on October 24th. And since we're speaking to the youth, and I'll be speaking to you as a father is speaking to the youth, there's some qualities and criteria that you must deposit in yourself for you to achieve the greatness. People believe that greatness comes as a mistake. Greatness is not a mistake. You have to be intentional about it. And you must know that you want to be great in life. And you must follow some disciplines and pathway that makes you great. One of the very first things that my father taught me as we grew up is integrity. Your word is your bond. And as a daughter, my father would tell all his children, he has 12 children by the grace of God, 7 males and 5 females, that my name is very important to me. We've grown up with so many youths that do Yahoo business, 419 business. But your year should be your year and your name should be your name. People must know what you stand for. People must know what you believe in. You shouldn't present a different front and do different things. And then, one of the other things taught us was hard work. There is no great man in Nigeria you've spoken to. Talk to Dangote, talk to all of them, or $10. You must work hard in life. I have a feeling that some of you feel that money and greatness will drop in your life, in your lap. It's a lot of hard work. There's hard work. You work hard. Sometimes you fail. But the challenge is not when you fail that you don't get up. When you fail, you must be encouraged. One thing you must learn is from your mistakes, from your failure. But it must be a deterrent for you to move ahead. Because if you speak even to some of the global leaders, they made a lot of mistakes. But mistake is to channel you to some energy. The other thing is that this is a time that you have so much energy. Have you looked inwardly? Have you looked at yourself? What vision do you have for yourself? I see a lot of you just going from day to day. You must be what I call intentional about where you want to be. I'll tell you a very small story. When I came back to Nigeria as a medical doctor, one of the very first things that I found that the health system was not where it should be then. That was the 90s. Even to have a chest x-ray was a challenge. Even Lutz x-ray was always broken down. And I always spoke to myself, I will have one of the best hospitals in Nigeria. And over the last years, close to 20 years, I was intentional. I was mapping a pathway. Look at yourself and say, what do I want to be in 10, 20 years' time? You must have a vision for yourself. And the Bible says, without vision, my people perish. A lot of our youth are just moving around from day to day, moving as the wind will blow them. They're influenced wrongly by peers. But that should be what you should do. The other thing also you should have is financial discipline. When I was in secondary school, my father used to give us 50 kobo per day. That was our allowance. And if you finish it, that's your business. So when we're going to boarding house, we calculated the number of days we'll be in boarding house, and they will give you that money. Without financial discipline, you cannot reach anywhere in life. And I think that is very important as we go. Because people don't have a budget. They keep on spending and spending, and that's where they run into wrong disciplines. You must believe in yourself. You must have the I can attitude. You must know that me as Abielo Lufunko Olorode, I can achieve what I want to achieve. Now, I'll tell you a small story from my father. He said where everybody's jackpine, they believe that if you go abroad, that's the end of your solution. In their own stage also, there are a lot of people jackpine and going abroad. And he told them, I'm not going anywhere. But by the time you come back, I'll have made my millions. You know, the power of spoken word. They all went abroad, they came back. By the time they came back, he was richer than them. So sometimes you must be able to believe in yourself that you're able to achieve what you have to achieve. And there's a lot of money and there's a lot of greatness in Nigeria. Let me just stop there. I'm just giving my own words of wisdom. But I came on the platform of, I think as a father or a mother, I too should give some wisdom. But I'll now come and read the speech that I was giving him. But I believe that the preamble I've given you are some thoughts to take home from. So, and before I forget, there was one other major thing that the speaker, the MD of the First Bank, said before he left. You mustn't forget the God factor. As you work very hard, you water your work and everything with the power of prayer, which you ever believe you believe in. There is a God factor that directs everybody's paths. So let me start by reading the address of Sir Dr. I hope you will clap for me now with all the words of wisdom I gave you free of charge. Let me now go on the address of Sir Dr. Kesinti Adebukonla Adebutu. I am honored and privileged to be his daughter. I'm honored and privileged to stand on this platform to represent him because it means that he has a lot of confidence in me. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, respective organization of this great summit, esteemed guests, young leaders, entrepreneurs, and the future of our beloved nation, I warmly greet you all. The future of our beloved nation. The future of our beloved nation. I am repeating that word. You are the future of Nigeria. You are a very key and strategic position to the greatness of Nigeria. And you must not forget that. And that means there's a lot of work that you must do as the youth of Nigeria. It is with immense gratitude and deep humility that I stand before you today. As the father of the day of this National Youth Leadership and Entrepreneurship Summit, I sincerely thank the organizers for this recognition, which I accept not just an individual honor, but as a tribute to the ideas of service, integrity, collective progress that I've always endeavored to uphold through my philanthropic efforts. Today, I see before me a room filled not just with young people, but with promise. With promise. There's a lot that the future holds for you. At the age of 60, 50, 70, 80, 90, there's not much we can do more. We're going towards the end state of our life. But 20s, 30s, the world is your oyster. And there's a lot of greatness that Nigerians can achieve. So there's a lot of promise we hold among the youth. A generation that holds in its hands the power to reshape Nigeria. Not through idle complaint or wishful thinking. As I tell you, don't wishful think. You have to be intentional. You have to set goals. You have to set objectives. You must have strategies on how you're going to achieve it. Sitting and saying that, I'm going to be a billionaire. It's not going to happen unless you work hard towards it. But through enterprise, innovation, leadership, and unity. The future of any nation lies in the strength of its youth. But strength is not defined by mere numbers of physical vigor. True strength lies in vision, in discipline, in the courage to rise from setbacks, and the wisdom to lead with empathy and purpose. As someone who has walked through the corridors of business, service, and philanthropy, Let me offer you this. Whatever you do, let service to humanity be at the heart of your ambition. Wealth, when not used for the greater good, becomes a burden. But when used to uplift others, it becomes a blessing. Not just to the receiver, but to the giver. As we all know, the Holy Bible says, it is more blessed to give. He that scattereth. Complete the sentence. So as you go down your road and as you meet people, you must be able to give to society. Leadership is not about titles or positions. It is about impact. Entrepreneurship is not merely about profit. It is about problem solving. And let me also make a statement on that. I always tell people, when you put making money ahead, it's more likely to success, to be failure. But when you put in front of you the spirit of excellence, and you want the best of your ability to come out, it usually comes with money. Ask anybody. Excellence spirit, excellent work. People are willing to pay anything for it. But when you do a lot of mediocrity and you put a lot of money, a high price on it, nobody will buy it. So let the spirit of excellence guide you in everything you do. Our nation building is not the responsibility of government alone. There's nowhere in the world where there's not PPP, public-private partnership. The government cannot do it all alone. The private sector plays a very key role. And so it is very important, we as individuals, to play a very key role in the nation building of Nigeria. It is the collective duty of every single citizen. I tell people, no matter how small you are, there's something you can contribute. You know, some people say that there's a lot of problems. But you know, the problem starts with the individual, the problem starts with the family, and the problem starts with the community. So if the individual starts to make a difference, there's a ripple effect. So in your own sphere of influence, there's a lot you can do, and there's a lot that you can make to make our great nation Nigeria to be what it used to be. To the youth gathered here, I urge you, dream boldly, but plan wisely. You must have great visions. You must have big visions, but you must plan wisely. You must have a pathway to your visions. You can dream big. I'm going to have a big jet. But you sit and you're sleeping from morning to night. It will not help you. You must start small, but think big. Embrace integrity, for it will outlive every short-term gain. And above all, never lose your sense of responsibility to others. Nigeria needs you now, not tomorrow. The difference we can make starts at this moment. And the world is watching, waiting what this rising generation will do. We say there's an adolescent bulge. The highest number of Nigerians are within the adolescent and the young people we have in Nigeria. And those are the people that can make the difference. It will do with the immense talent and potential it carries. As a father will do, I offer you my blessings. That's on side, Dr. Kesina Putu. My encouragement and my faith. I may belong to an earlier generation, but my hope lies in yours. Go forth and build not just businesses, but legacies. Not just movements, but meaningful changes. Let this summit mark not just a gathering, but a turning point. The baton is being passed. Receive it with both hands and run your race with honor. I thank once again the organizers for the privilege provided by making me the father of the day at this all-important summit. My profuse thanks to the audience and of course to our youth, believing that we will all make this summit to worth the while. God bless you all, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. With sincere regards, Sir Dr. Kesintin Adebukola Adebutu, ON, CON, CFR, KJW, LGPS, FISM, FINNG, the Pillar of Methodism in Nigeria, and Odele Odua, the source. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you can definitely give a standing ovation after such an amazing...
Good afternoon, the good people of our dear country. Good afternoon, the great ambassadors. I bring greeting from His Royal Majesty, Oba Dr. Ibrahim Bello Lawa Olasukome, the Olofin of Isheri Olofin. I say, you are all welcome. His Royal Majesty sent a message, and I read. I want to stand on the already established protocol. It is with great honor and humility that I stand before you today to speak on a subject that lies at the very heart of our existence as people. The role of traditional leadership in helping constituents navigate challenges. Traditional leadership is not just about crown, bead, throne, and whatever. It's about responsibility, services, and guidance. Our forefather entrusted us with sacred duty of being custodian of culture, peace, and progress. In times of joy, we celebrate with our people. In time of difficulties, we stand as pillar to strengthen our people's hope. In today's society, our constituents face numerous challenges: economic hardship, unemployment, rising insecurity, and youth restiveness, erosion of cultural values in the face of modern pressures, social vices such as drug abuse, crime, and disunity. I think we are making progress in this aspect. With the help of our Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President, Nigeria is becoming better. How then do traditional help their people navigate this reality? First, as a custodian of culture, we must preserve, promote the value of unity by teaching our youth respect, discipline, and community spirit. We equip them with moral compasses to revisit vices and embrace positive living. I will seize this opportunity to appreciate the Excellency, His Excellency Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Governor of Lagos State, and our local government chairman for their unwavering support in our last traditional day, Isheshe celebration. Second, as mediator of peace, we must use this wisdom and dialogue to resolve disputes before they escalate. No community strives in an atmosphere of conflict. Peace remains the foundation of development. Third, as bridge between government and the grassroots, we must channel the voices of the people to policy make and ensure government programs reach the community that need them. Most traditional institutions are close to the people, and our role is vital in ensuring inclusiveness. Hence, we will always speak for the people. Fourth, as promoter of security and peace, we must collaborate with security agencies to safeguard our land, while also mobilizing community vigilance against hoodlums and criminal activities. Finally, as agent of socio-economic development, we must encourage education, skills acquisition, youth empowerment, so that our people are equipped to thrive despite challenges. Conclusively, at our domain in Isheri Olofin, we align firmly with the Renew Hope agenda of His Excellency, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that can be seen in our activities since my enthronement as Oba of Isheri Olofin Kingdom on the 11th of December 2024. My dear people, traditional rulers are not just symbols of the past, we are beacons for the future. We stand with our people guide them with wisdom, and work with government in unity. No challenge is insurmountable. As the Oba of Isheri-Olofin, I reaffirm my commitment to serve with fairness, courage, with cooperation and support of government, especially in support of our new renewed hope agenda of our Mr. President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. May the Almighty God bless our land and bless the people. I thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It's so good to be here. So I want to tell the MCs. They said Surge 7.0. What will you say? You guys have forgotten. Ah. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. Chief Dr. Keshington Adebutu, the distinguished father of the day, the HRH, Oba Ibrahim Lawal Bello, the Oba of Isheri-Olofin, ably represented, the convener of this great summit, Mr. Joshua Oyeni, our guest speakers, especially Dr. Ayo Ogunson. Thank you so much for the warm welcome, sir. The great partners and sponsors of the summit, ambassadors and attendees of the summit. So I'll be reading this on behalf of the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, at the Ambassador Summit Africa 7.0 held on Thursday, 4th September 2025 at Oriental Hotel, Lekki, Lagos. So when I'm talking, please, just assume it's Mr. Governor speaking, because I will be using hi a lot. So be rest assured that, Mr. Governor is the one speaking to you. It is a great pleasure to join you at the 7th edition of Ambassador Summit Africa, a truly forward-thinking platform committed to raising a new generation of leaders and entrepreneurs across our continent. Let me begin by appreciating the organizers for consistency in championing youth empowerment, true leadership, and enterprise. Platforms like this are not only timely, but essential for Africa's growth story. The theme for this year's summit, Strategic Leadership for Turning Challenges into Opportunities, speak directly to the heart of what our generation needs: vision, resilience, and transformative thinking. Across the continent, and especially here in Lagos, we are witnessing a revolution led by our young people, building tech solutions, launching startups, advocating for sustainable development, and challenging the status quo. This is a kind of leadership we must nurture, one that turns setback into stepping stones and obstacles into innovation. As the governor of Lagos State, I have always believed that the youth are not just the future, you are the present. And that is why this administration has made youth development a priority from day one. Let me highlight just a few of our key interventions targeted at young people. The Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, LSETF, through its fund, we have provided over 10 billion in financial support for thousands of young entrepreneurs and small businesses, helping them scale their businesses, employ others, and contribute to our economy. The Lagos Innovate and Tech Hubs, we have launched technology hubs and innovation labs across the state to nurture digital skills, support tech startups, and connect young talent with global opportunities. Our goal is to position Lagos as African Silicon Valley. Jobs Initiative Lagos. In collaboration with the private sector, we designed this program to equip final year tertiary institution students with soft and technical skills needed to succeed in today's competitive job market. Eco Digital Initiative and Code Lagos. These programs are training thousands of young Lagosians in coding, data science, and digital literacy, ensuring that they are not left behind in the global digital economy. Creative Lagos Initiative. We are recognizing the power of the creative industry. We launch programs that support young talent in film, fashion, music, and art, helping to turn passion into profit. Sports and leadership development. We are also investing significantly in youth-focused sports facilities and leadership boot camps to channel energy proactively and productively to promote teamwork, discipline, and resilience. All of these programs have one thing in common. They are designed to create opportunities, platform to equip young people not just to survive, but to lead. Dear young people, the power to shape the future lies in your hands. Strategic leadership is about refusing to be defined by status quo and also by limitations. It is about choosing vision over fear, solutions over complaints, and purpose over popularity. Be the entrepreneur who builds not only for profit, but for impact. Be the leader who listens, learns, and lifts others. We rise by lifting others, right? Be the one who sees Africa not for what it is lack, but for what it can become. As we engage in this summit, I encourage you to share ideas, connect deeply, network with each other, and build that network that would outlive you today. The future belongs to those who prepare for it, and you are already taking the right step. As a government, we remain committed to supporting your dreams, your drive, and your leadership. Thank you once again for inviting me being Mr. Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. I wish you all a fruitful and inspiring summit. May Lagos State, Nigeria, and Africa continue to rise through the strength of its youth. Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Executive Governor, Lagos State, definitely deserve.
Now, from minimum to maximum, everything you've been doing here today has to do with leadership. Leadership is the nucleus of our discourse here. And if we are going to turn challenges into opportunities, then we need to understand the operations of leadership, especially strategic leadership. So that, as the Bible says in Job chapter 8 verse 7, though your beginning is small, your end shall be great. You're going to move from minimum to maximum. But if you're going to get that transition correct, then you must understand and apply strategic leadership. Strategic leadership. Actually, the problem we're facing globally now has to do with the absence or scarcity of leadership. The whole world is suffering from the leadership crisis everywhere. The absence of effective leaders is the cause of economic meltdowns all over the world. And all the political upheavals, business collapse, and all social dislocations that we're suffering all over the world today, you could trace everything to the absence of effective leadership. Leadership is the bedrock of development. Actually, Nigeria is suffering today because of the leadership crisis. We have the resources, but we lack good managers. And let's understand today that as we are all here, young ones, old ones, all of us are together, we must cultivate, you must leave this place with the leadership mentality. You must be beaten, or you must get the virus of leadership. The bug must sting you. You must decide to be a leader. First of all, lead yourself out of mediocrity. Secondarily, you lead others. If you don't know how to lead yourself, you can know how to lead others. First of all, you have to lead yourself. And then you learn to lead others. And as you're leading others and leading situations and systems, at the same time, you learn strategy. Leadership without strategy is foolishness. You're leading, but you're not strategic about it. No wisdom about it. No tactics about it. That would be the leadership of a baboon. There will be no order, no organization, no perspectives, and no direction. A strategy is a plan of action designed to help achieve an aim, an objective, a goal, a purpose, a pursuit, and so on. The strategy, you have to have a plan for your life. What do you want to become? Somebody was talking about marriage the other time. You know whom you marry. Did you plan that, or you just talk it out of your mouth? It's good for us to plan our lives. That's how to start leading yourself. What do you want to achieve in the next 5 years or 3 years? You set a time, you set a period, you set a goal, and give yourself a distance. And then you calculate all that you need to do to get your destination from minimum to maximum. For you to receive the bottom line, you need strategy. Leadership is an art of influencing or guiding people or a system towards achieving a goal. It's a system of influencing. A leader is an influencer. And for you to achieve a target purpose, then you must be ready to influence, first of all, yourself and influence other people in the system. Effective leadership provides both compass and radar for the mission. You need the radar, you need the compass. Without leadership, you are lost. The transition from minimum to maximum will end in fiasco because there is no strategy. So, strategic leadership relates to the skillful application of specific blueprints. You have the blueprints, you have the radar, you have the compass, you know what you want to do, you have everything laid out. Then how to operate all those things we call for strategy in leadership. Now come to challenges. I'm just following what's written there. Turning challenges into opportunities. You come to challenges now. Challenges relate to factors that threaten success of leadership tasks. You are going somewhere. From minimum, you are going to maximum. Your set goal. But between the minimum and the maximum, between your position, between your location and your destination, there is a gap. Inside that gap, you have challenges blocking your transitions. It's either those challenges move you back, stop your move, or you overcome them through strategies. And if you overcome them,
Good day, distinguished guests. My name is Praise Oyeni, and I'm here to deliver a spoken word titled, I Am the Sword. You said you're too young to lead. I spot and plant a seed of courage, a seed of light, a seed that says I will do what's right. I am the sword, not a wave of faith, but a power that stays, turning the dark into brighter days. Sometimes life says stop, the road feels like a mountain top, but I remember leaders are just scared of heights. A leader climbs because their eyes are on the light. Challenges, there are no walls, there are doors waiting for brave hearts to explore. Every storm hides a treasure, every test hides a measure, every no can become a yes when you face with courage and finesse. So I search the storm for its gift. I lift my voice, I lift and uplift. I am not afraid of what comes to me, because I see not just what is, but what can be. The surge is the spark in my soul, the push that says you can reach your goal. My reason to rise when I fall is the echo that says you can do it all. I'm the leader of my own story. I wear my courage like a crown of glory. I turn my small to something tall, because the surge in me can change it all. So here I stand, small in size, but big in vision and wise in the eyes. I am the sword, the leader of my time, turning challenges to gold with rhythm and rhyme. So watch me grow, watch me lead, watch me turn the tide, and watch the future glow. Thank you.
At every national event, at every time you see the president of the federation, of any federation, what precedes his speech is the national anthem, regardless of if it's been taken before or not.
Yes.
It is just a national obligation. Before we bring forward the president and the chief of armed forces, the GCFR, for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, well represented by the Special Assistant to the President on ICT Development and Digital Innovation, Mr. Tekoni Igoin Peter. Before he comes onto the stage, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like everybody to please rise again for the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to bring forward the president that is well represented here for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Everybody on your feet, thank you so much. Thank you for obeying. Thank you for respecting. And thank you for paying absolute attention to this great event and to this great part and moment of this great occasion. Thank you.
And should I also mention that we have a couple of people with the Nigerian flag? Now is a good time.
Please, if you have your Nigerian flag, you can just raise the flag and be proud right now. Thank you very much. The flag is with you. Let's go, Nigeria. The president will be proud. The essay, if you look back, Nigerians are waving the flag of our great country, and it's absolutely beautiful. Over to the band, please. The chords.
Nigeria, we hail.
the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Oh yeah, make some noise for Nigeria! Mr. President, your citizens await. Please kindly come forward for your address. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Permit me to stand on the existing protocols while I recognize the presence of those who are here. KBC, Your Highness, and our sponsor. Please, I want to say, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors, because in the diplomatic world, ambassadors are recognized as excellencies. So I take this time to recognize every young person here today, here in this event. Before I proceed, I would like to request for a special time to celebrate Baba, Dr. Chief Keshinti Adebutu, for what he has been doing. Just like they, read out the citation, is somebody known by everybody in Nigeria for adding great value to the local economy and, of course, to the international world. So I want all of us, it's a special request for me, because I know Baba is not here. Of course, he has a daughter here, but I want him to see this video, that the young people that gather here today are also celebrating him. So this is a sincere apology for those who does not speak Yoruba, right? But I want us to stand up for just 1 minute. And I hope that the camera will send our message to Baba by looking at what the people are saying. Please let's stand up on our feet for Baba. And all of us, we say, Baba, ẹ ṣé púpọ̀, ẹ pẹ́ fún wa o, àgbà yín á dalẹ̀ o, gbogbo àdúrà yín Ọlọ́run máa tẹ́wọ́ gbà. Thank you very much. That is a message to him. Please, you can have your seat. Yes, just after the protocol. I mean, for those of us that have been familiar with the terrain, we are youth persons. Our energy, our strength are built on the platform of young people. And I will remind us that in this all, we are too much to change the story of Nigeria. I don't know if you remember that when the former president of America, Barack Obama, visited South Africa on the bed in the hospital to see the former president of South Africa again, Nelson Mandela. He said, this man has shown us that the courage of a single man can move the world. If the courage of a single man can move the world, for those of us that might be too young, when former President Nelson Mandela was arrested in South Africa, Nigeria as a country, other countries of Africa, they went on strike for a single man who stood his ground for development. Nigeria will raise a whole lot of people among us here that will stand to develop our country. Not to deviate. Today, it's about turning challenges into opportunities. And I love that because it resonates with the situation of the country that we are all in. You know that Nigeria today is a country that faces enormous challenges. And thanks to the current administration and, of course, previous efforts in building the country. First, let me take a stand on the ICT development and digital innovation, where young people are the major actors driving that sector. We are facing challenges in that sector as well. As you all know, that the three major challenges facing this sector are first, the electricity, the power, the lack of stability in the power sector, and of course, our broadband. I will say this, I don't want you to only look at what we're discussing as just about government to the people. It has to be about our conversation for us to understand the reason, the problem of our dear country, and where we can find ourselves. The broadband. And of course, like I've mentioned, the third one is the mindset of the young people. I must commend the organizer of the event for the great job of putting young people together. We have our choices, like they mentioned, of being in a place dancing, or watching movies somewhere, or doing some other things that suit our pleasure. But we are here today for the sole reasons of putting our heads together, celebrate a man that is worth celebrated, and of course speak to ourselves to develop our dear nations. I won't take much of our time, but once again, I would like to pick some points that are very important. Without doubt, I'm bold to say that the current president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is actually just a medical doctor. I can see in the background of Madam that is into health development. So you can put the president as a surgeon. The country has been sick. Maybe you have appendicitis. You are taking drugs to relieve yourself every time. But a surgeon, a medical doctor, come and say, hey, the permanent solution to this matter is for us to take you to the lab and perform surgery on you. It is going to be painful. Of course, the knife will pass through you. Of course, you need some time to heal. You will not be able to move like you are even moving before. So you can even say, oh, if you had known, you would have let me now. I can't go to work for 1 month. But what happened? When the surgery, when the wound is healed, you have a permanent healing. This is linking to what the current administration is doing in reforming different sectors, to ensuring that we have a future that all of us can be proud of, to ensuring that we don't longer think about everybody looking for money to jackpot, but to see ourselves in the development. I would like to let us know that one of the steps taken thus far is that the president has signed into law the Electricity Act Bill for the first time in Nigeria after 24 years. This Electricity Act Bill, it is to decentralize the power sector, giving opportunity for private investors, state government, even local government to invest in the power sector to generate and distribute power. And by this is what we are seeing over the years, that the development of solar energy, which is actually renewable energy, is growing faster in the country. And of course, we can't be left behind where the world is moving to. I must also mention that one of the things that the government did is also to launch for the broadband, the national broadband policy, to bring the stakeholders together to develop this sector. And of course, recently, particularly last month, the president removed the 5% tax on data and, of course, voice calls. This is also to level. Oh, thank you. I think somebody want to clap there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for recognizing that. I know data has to do with us. So it is not just for us to have data, but for us to have it affordable. Right now, it is on the high side. But I think in a few steps, because of the policy of the government, some of these things, of course, is going to be reduced. Like I've mentioned, Nigerian power sector generation has recently reached over 5,800 megawatts. And this is a surge that we have not witnessed over the past 13 years. These are basic things that we need to build our digital sector, to build our digital, and of course, communication sector. And this is what the government is doing. I'm not just going to stop there, because it is not just for me to read out what the government is doing.